Hey YouTube, Diesel Dan Peters here. So it's honestly been a bit since I've recorded a video, and I thought this would be a good time to make a video. Had a little bit of a problem with the Harley today, and there was a video actually coming about this bike because I've owned this bike for a while now. You know, it's been almost 5 years. I wanted to make a video and just kind of describe what my ownership was like with it. But today I was driving home, realized I had no headlights. So I had the whole bike apart at work. The whole bike. And I'm like, even the front fairing was off. I'm like, why can't I figure this out? Well, I got home and I turned the bike all the way to the right, and all of a sudden the headlights came back on. I was like, well, that means it's a wire. Do you all see that? One random wire split. It was on the last thread. So I guess it's time to put it back together and move on from this, because that was not fun. There are some changes I would like to do to the bike, including the air filter setup. I like the way this looks. I feel like it goes great with the bike, but I don't know if you can all tell, there's not much really holding it on. I honestly would like the cone setup that kind of goes out a little bit. I think that would look pretty cool. And then I can get an actual, you know, a sock that goes over it in case it rains. I wouldn't have to worry about it. So yeah, let's get these attached, and we'll go from there. Stay tuned, YouTube. And I'm not gonna record this because it's, you know, it's just gonna be me taking apart the bike, putting it back together. I'm pretty sure you guys are kind of tired of that stuff at this point. So let's go ahead and get it done. Eventually, when this video comes out, it should be all together with a review video about this and a full ownership review. Possibly. We'll see how I actually do it. Stay tuned, YouTube. Diesel Dan Peters signing out. Until the next clip. Hey, YouTube, Diesel Dan Peters here. We are getting some work done today on the Harley again. Definitely a lot of work coming over the next few weeks. So let me move some of this just to give you an idea. So we got 2 new spark plugs. So the spark plugs that were in it, I don't know if I just didn't torque them down enough, but they were practically coming out. So I figured, let's get some new spark plugs. We also got one of these, because the one that's on there actually broke. So this should be a good replacement. What else? We got some other goodies coming around. So let me gap these spark plugs and we'll get those installed, and we'll go from there. Stay tuned. Alright, YouTube, so they are gapped, and we got some nice anti-seize. What do you call it? Anti-seize, I don't know, whatever you call it, stuff. The stuff to make sure that your threads don't get destroyed. So let's go ahead, we'll put this in and we'll go from there. Stay tuned. Alright, YouTube, let's see if I can set you guys down right there. So after you torque those spark plugs down to 18 foot-pounds, well, first we're going to double check that these tops are good. So I actually had this problem recently. Let's see if I can grab this without moving the camera. There we go. Make sure that these tops are nice and tight. Alright, they're nice and tight. So now we're going to take our spark plug boot protector, which is basically just a dielectric grease, and we're just going to, actually we'll just put some on our finger and just kind of get it all over that. And just enough. And we'll get a little bit more for the other side. So I'll grab some more. And we're just gonna spread it. Just like so. Oh, see? That's what I was trying not to do. Sorry, YouTube. Alright. So now that that's done, let's see if I can just hold it. I'm just gonna go ahead, make sure that we got a good connection. Alright. Do the same to the other side. Oh, I got a little bit on the motor. Nice. Again, make sure they're nice and tight on there. You don't want those coming out. So, spark plugs are changed. Another thing I definitely want to do today, and I have all the tools out already to do it, is to clean up this air filter. So, I think that's going to be next. It doesn't look overly... actually, it's got a decent amount of dirt. Wow, that's actually not that good. Yeah, let's get that cleaned. So I'm not going to record me cleaning it, but basically all you have to do is I start off by blowing some of the heavy dirt out with the air compressor hose. Afterward, I'll go to, let's see, I have a special K&N degreaser for the air filter cone. After it's nice and dry, you spray it down with an air filter oil, and then you're set. You're good to go. So let's get on that, and yeah, that, and then we're gonna do an oil change and a transmission fluid change. And I got some exciting newer parts coming for this actually. So I actually have LED turn signals for both the front and the rear, and an LED tail light. So that should really spice things up on this bike a little bit. Show you all those new headlights right there. Look at that. Headlight and spotlights. Oof. Just coming along, YouTube. Doing stuff I've wanted to do for definitely a minute now on this bike. So stay tuned. Alright, YouTube. This is nice and clean. I just gotta let her dry now. I'm gonna blow it off with the air compressor. But man, what a difference. This was almost black. That is not good. Not good at all. So we're gonna blow her off, and then we're gonna use some K&N air filter oil, which I know I have a ton of, I think, hopefully. I guess we'll find out. Stay tuned, YouTube. We're getting her done. Alright, YouTube. Let's grab that oil. She's all nice and dry. Here we go. Service instruction. Spray oil among the crown of each filter. You know, I'm actually going to look this up, see if I've been doing it wrong. Alright, YouTube, I think I got this down. She's nice and dry. So I'm just going to go like this. Ah, yeah, there we go. Now it looks like an air filter. Give it a little douse in here as well. And there we go. The filter is nice and red again. Does seem like I missed a few areas. There we go. Sorry, YouTube, I want this nice and red because It's hard to find the time to even do this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this sit for a minute. I'm gonna have a nice clean microfiber towel ready to go. I'm just gonna wipe some of the excess off from the rubber. Again, you're gonna want to let this sit for a bit. One thing I always do is usually, let's see if I can still do this. Go like this. I think it's easier with my big air filter on the truck. By going like that, kind of get some of the excess off. We're just gonna pat her dry. Do a little patting. Really want that to soak into the filter. And I'm actually going to leave some of it on here. Just so I can get a nice seal. Just like that. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, she looks good now. Let's go show the wife. Let's see what she thinks about the difference. Alright, YouTube, so next step. Let's see if I can kind of prop you all like right over here. Just see what I end up doing. So I have some air filter grease. I'm gonna just apply a very light amount. Oh, this needs a shake. Give it a little shake. All right. Now we're good. So we're going to put a very light amount. And this is just to ensure that it's sealing really well. Let's get a little bit more on there. Again, this is if you want to really go crazy. Like for me, I haven't really paid a whole lot of attention to this bike in a hot minute. So I haven't really ridden it in a while. I started riding it a lot a few weeks ago when I went for my second experienced motorcycle course. And that's when I realized that this bike needed a little bit of attention. Cool. That should be plenty. We don't need a whole lot again. You know, it's just enough so it kind of seals really nicely. And you don't have to worry about dirt getting in. And the big thing with these K&N air filters is you want to make sure that the filter is always clean, obviously. So we're going to go like this. So see that grease that's on there? you're just gonna plop it right in. And already, well, we were doing good, but I think we're still doing good. I thought it was really in there for some reason. Alright, so we're gonna just hold it. Alright. Again, if this is all stuff you know, please just feel free to skip through the video. Alright, now we're going to just tighten her up. Remember, make sure that these are definitely tight because, as you all know, if you have a Harley, everything vibrates loose over time. Alright, so that's closed. Now we're gonna just wipe off this cover. Go like this. Next is gonna be the oil change, so that's gonna be fun as well, because I'm gonna have to figure out how to change the tranny fluid as well. I've never done the tranny fluid on this bike. Oh, I see a port on this side, so it might be right there. Alright, nice and tight. I don't see that moving. Let's put our tools back together. If it's a Saturday, Friday or Saturday, for whoever is watching, open up a beer, sit back and relax a little. And then we got it. Got a new spark plugs, and the air filter's clean. Now we don't need all these lights on, but let's give a little gan to hear how it starts with that nice fresh oil. I think she's running a little bit better, YouTube. Just a little bit. No, on a serious note though, it really is running better. And now that we got her going, I guess an oil change would be suffice right now. So maybe I will let it warm up for a little bit, and then we're going to change the oil. Probably going to have to flush out these brakes this year too, so that's going to be coming up. I just don't know when I'm going to want to do it yet. Just another thing to add to the list. That feels like, I don't know, I don't even think that's seepage. I think that's just grease from it setting. So let's start it back up. Let's see if she's running good still. Sounds good, I think.